5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had. Bring them out. Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life. Had to find my inner power. To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert. All to enhance the happiness already inside you. Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.
Here I am, goddammit. Here I am. Welcome to the Romello Marcellus Show. I'm he is me. You know the rest. God damn it, I'm here. I am here. You can hear me. As people are logging in the room, man, I'm moving a little slow. But I've been one of those days, man. Real busy. But it is what it is. We are here. Can you hear me clearly? Let me know if you can hear me. There's a lot going on. I'm going to take my time and touch a little bit of it. And, yeah, see where it goes. Yeah. As I always do when I come on the show, man, if you like the show, click subscribe, smash the like, pluck the bell, man. If you're on Facebook tonight, man, or any other sites, you want to need to switch over to YouTube. You're going to have to subscribe and follow me on YouTube to catch the full show tonight. Shortly through, the feed's going to cut out. Yeah. Also, you know, you'll get clips, but going forward, you probably won't get much of the full show from here. All right. Just so you know. Yeah, I'm here. Give you some people to come in while I get it together, man. One man band. Yeah. Also, man, follow me on Instagram. Double tap me. Let me know you're there. Let me know you came through. And Facebook. Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. I figure I have one while I'm here, right? Figured as much. All right. All right, man, look. You know, we getting older, man. We ain't getting no goddamn younger. And, you know, when we talk about growing older or getting older, a lot of us, man, need to get our houses in order, get our business together. Seems that Chadwick Boseman, he's passed away. And I guess he didn't have his estate nor his affairs in order. So usually when that happens, man, you know, they slam it into court, probate and that kind of thing. And it's ugly when a family has to come to court to dissolve of your estate or your assets. So for a little bit of money, you know, take care of that. Because you got to think, man, as a state, they lost so much because they didn't have that prepared. With the courts, the cost of the courts, the cost of having a state attorney to do these things for them. Yeah, sad, sad. Take the time, man. This picture is kind of synonymous to the things that go on, and while we go through life and we're constantly kept in the dark about things or distracted about things that we should be taking care of. That's all. I don't know y'all saw the topic, man, so I'm gonna jump right on into it. But I'm gonna go at it this way. I think I should because it's gonna speak volumes to where I really want to go with what I want to do. Hang on. Tell me if you remember this.
It's the day one. Come on, Daywalker!
Anyway, you got the meaning. You got the drift. We know who that was. But people don't know what that was really about. There's so many subliminal messages in that movie. And because Wesley was behind it and was very instrumental in getting that movie made, there was problems where he single-handedly saved Marvel Studios. If it wasn't for this man, you would have not seen any of the good movies that you like to go see now, like the Captain Americas and all of the rest of those things, any of the Marvels, it wouldn't have happened. But you know, I'm going to speak to the things that's going on, i.e., the title of the show tonight, Making Us Sick. And I captioned the name because it speaks to something that we're talking about. This guy here, the height of his game, made that movie and was on his way out. Did he know it? Yeah, it was a play. They ran a route. But to take it from him, where'd they put him? Wow. You know, the subliminal messages behind that movie, you think about it. You got some black super nigga running around killing a bunch of white vampires that can't walk in the daylight, but he's a daywalker, right? And in the whole movie long, sprinkle here and there some some subjected folks that look like us. But yeah, his mama and some other little black girl. It's ridiculous. That actually had some shine. They look like as they got their asses killed by this. I'm just stating the fact, man. Watch the movie. It's there. Basically, what I'm saying is that you had a guy who was at the top of his game, man, from Passenger 57 to White Men Can't Jump to this thing. And even though it's far fetched to some to believe that anytime we have a positive image that reflects or any looks in any way like us, there's an issue. And the mindset that we can't be free speaking or free thinking about anything without permission. Even the correction of the sister Whoopi. Now I covered it on this show where she made some statements about um, her thoughts on the Holocaust and things of that nature, and was checked for being an anti-Semite, or excuse me, along those lines, something that was anti-Semitism. Um, but if you look up the definition or excuse me, the factual of who Semites were, they don't look like the people that's claiming it. That's fact. But keeping it moving, right after that, there was some commentary that was made by another individual in that sect, but there was no consequence. All right. But here you had a guy who never made a claim or statement about what his contribution was to this role. Whatever the business dealings were, it was unbeknownst to us or unknown to us. But that's just him, man. That's just one positive image. And I'm going to get to why I say that this is just my opinion and my free thinking that was a positive image. Um, each one of the movies awarded that franchise over 100 million plus, and it's still making money to this day. Every time you hit it on any one of your Prime or Netflix or whatever, cha-ching. And you know, however it happened, where this man could barely get a role upon his return, and this was his last great role. Yeah, here's another one. Mm. At the height of his career, he was untouchable. To this day, he still holds the record in donations to HBCUs, i.e., reaching out for his own people. Anytime someone says, okay, well, he's talking too much about people conducting themselves a certain way, a role model doesn't mean that you're playing a role. A lot of us get caught up in these things, the image and then the person, the man. And they're two different things. I don't know a black motherfucker anywhere in the world or a person, period, it's called Heathcliff, Huxtable. We all know that was a non-threatening uh, hookup, a mashup of a name. Um, even the family, far fetched. However, it was soothing with the comedic stylings of him and Kaz and his writers to make it what it was. But people don't understand the amount of monies and the influences he had. His first year that it came on, $85 million is what he made, and he donated 20 to Spelman and sent hundreds of other children to college. And you know, you mean to tell me in the midst of all this time that he was speaking to his people or our people to just tighten up a little bit, be a little better, pull our pants up, carry ourselves in a different way publicly. No one said anything about what you do in your house. You can drink, drug, smoke, fuck, suck, do all the shit you want to do in your house. Nobody said you couldn't be a deviant in your house, even if, some may say that he was. It's not our business. But in public, he carried himself in a manner which was becoming to a people who, quote unquote, exudes excellence for the things we do, whether it's being studious or stern in our character, you know. Yeah, they came and touched him, but he's still worth 450 million right now. This wasn't about the money. It was to touch an image, you know, and at every turn we look as a positive black male role model, at some point they're always going to be touched or visited by this shit, this kind of thing. You know, it's like even when we go through, all right, even Diddy, boom, you got another one. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? All right, Diddy, man, he's a maverick. He was necessary to do the things that he did. Um, and some may say he was the devil himself, a shrewd businessman. You know, folks can say and have tried to attack every aspect of this man's life, from shit his business practices to his sexual orientation, which is none of our fucking business. Even to the death of Big, man. But yet he's still standing. A lot of people don't know why he was sought to be canceled. This brother was making moves in New York that people had no clue about, with real estate and things of that nature. I mean, come on, you're owning real estate where you have quote unquote tight faced folks in Park Slope paying $25,000 in rent a month to you and whatever, and they trying to figure out how the fuck did he do what he was doing without permission. You know, that followed him all the way to Club New York on some random shooting. Come on, man. At the height of his career, at that point in time, he couldn't do no wrong. But through that, you had sacrificial lambs that went through the fire, man, and you know, may have tarnished him for a time, but shoot, you know, to bring him back, man, he's shining brighter than ever. And here we go, Prime Minister Sean Barrow. Come on, man, been through it. It was great to see him last night. At every turn, man, Black Kings' heads are heavier because of the crowns that they bear. You know, it's a shame, man, when we talk about it. Everybody from shoot, from Martin to Malcolm, shoot, Huey, everyone, every one of those positive black men that sought to do something for their communities were sought to be canceled out. But as the times changed, it was either to kill or cancel them out. You cancel them out by discrediting their personal status in life. You know, shit, he could be out here reaping up the world and making awareness to everybody else. But shit, if he was a fucking degenerate in his home, he'd like to have orgies. That's his business. As long as everybody's consenting and adults, that's his business. You know, um, it's a shame that when we move around, we don't really receive our accolades. Uh, but shoot, we're quick to be pointed out on on the negative shit. I mean, we got that. We understand that that's a thing, but we have to get to the point where we can think outside the box and be free with our thinking and our actions, and not look at our circumstances to continue to control us mentally and to fuck us up physically. Really making us sick, man. Really and truly. It's not a joke. I gotta say it for what it is. It's like, well, you know, where do you really grow? How do you really get, you know, out of the thinking or the stinking thinking that we actually have, you know, or become to, you know, to do with ourselves or deal with ourselves, you know? It's like, damn, you know, how do you get back there? How do you do it, you know? get away from what people desires us to be. We can't. I guess it goes back to what I was saying. A young man can't be a man if he doesn't know a man, and we're only dealing with the quote unquote mode of excellence that we have been, I guess, privy to see. You know, and a lot of us to do with you know our quote unquote heroes. You know, um, it's like this, man. It's a shame that we can't really point to a whole lot of positive male figures. You know, Uh, Here's an example. Even with education, education is everywhere. The things that we see, the things that we think, our trials, our true it is all the damn time without doing any homework. We got to do our own homework. We got to be able to get up and go see our own shit. It's just like in the bank. I used to take my kids to the goddamn bank, my sons, and let them play in the count room. You don't just tell me, oh, you got $100,000 in the bank. No, I'm coming to see my fucking money. You're gonna pull it out there. You're gonna put it in this room, and I want to touch my money. I want to see it. I want to know that I got it. I'm not gonna just go on you telling me, yeah, they sent it over and it's there and it's just a number on a card. No, I'm going to visit my money. And I mean, I suggest you all get in the habit of it too. I don't give a shit if it's $10. Go see your money. Go say hi to it. You worked hard for it. It belongs to you. hmm But as I was saying, man, most of us, it's not a secret, are always at the behest of the society we see. Okay? How many of you guys remember this? Tell me where you were when you saw this.
Want city streets and thriving neighborhoods.
I hate the way they portray us in the media. If you see a black family, it says they're looting. See a white family, it says they're looking for food. And you know it's been 5 days because most of the people are black. And even for me to complain about, I would be a hypocrite because I've tried to turn away from the TV because it's too hard to watch. I've even been shopping before even giving a donation. So now I'm calling my business manager right now to see what is the biggest amount I can give, and just to imagine if I was down there, and those are my people down there. So anybody out there that wants to do anything that we can help with the setup, the way America is set up to help the poor, the black people, the less well off as slow as possible. I mean, Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are at war right now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
But you know how profound that was, and so many people just wanted to, goddamn, just oh man, I don't know, man. It's like you when you do things that go against the grain, people constantly want to slight that brother for different things, man. And You know, you look at him, man. He got jammed up, even down to marrying someone who couldn't even understand him, and that happens to a lot of us. You know, so when that does happen, it's like, damn, what do we get back from it? How do we move forward? You know, and it's like, damn, you know, they don't remember you for the positive shit. They're gonna always remember you for the negative shit. All right. It's just like you know what? Here you go.
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win. I guess we'll never know.
It's crazy that we live in a world that if you're super positive and super creative, that it's scary. So what does that tell you about the mentality of most people if you're scared of like positivity and creativity? Like I have no intent to do anything negative to anyone. I only want, more positive things to happen.
I think people focus too much on the past and focus too much on regret. Even like when you deal with schools, like you take like the slave idea. My point is, I've heard of history class. I've never heard of a class that breaks down how you balance a checkbook or how you control your finances, which my father never taught me that. And I've never heard of a future class. So they keep us so focused on history that we start to believe that it actually repeats itself. And we become overly traditional and we can't advance as a race of beings. We get too caught up in the past and what everyone's saying and what everyone's tweeting. And sometimes you just have to be fearless enough to break the simulation. I am a pop artist. So my medium is public opinion. And the world is my canvas. I'm sorry is something that you can use a lot. It gives you the opportunity to give your opinion, apologize for it, and give your opinion again. People say, you should not be sorry for your opinions. George Bush has some very cool self-portraits. I didn't know he was an artist. I felt my nerves a bit, and I don't feel that feeling a lot. The nerves of humility and modesty when being honored. Oh, I'm just a creative. I'm more like a Walt Disney or something. Like rap is just a chamber of my thoughts. It's something that I really wanted to express as a modern day, poet, because, if I had lived in a past lifetime, maybe I would have been a playwright or something. But in this lifetime, to be the most relevant is to be a rock star. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you can express, at the highest level there. And for me, I came from, art school and everything. I would, draw out all these ideas and all these concepts. And the more and more I get to create, the younger and younger and younger I feel. So, when I did Glow in the Dark, I felt young, felt like I was 5 years old. When I, got into a little trouble and stuff, I felt like I had to grow up. Right. I did Dark Fantasy, and I felt like I was 10. Then I did, Blueprint 3, then Watch the Throne, then Cruel Summer. And then when I got to, Yeezus, I just felt frustrated. And usually I would start the album with like Blood on the Leaves. I know everybody would even like the album more if I did that, but I felt so frustrated in the way I've been marginalized and held back. My daughter went to a fashion camp for 5 days a couple weeks ago. And I visited her, and we put the thread through the sewing machine. And it really brought me to tears to think about the 15 years that I've been working on apparel, and for my friend Virgil to be the head of Louis Vuitton, and for me to have this $1.8 billion company out of, a thread going through. And my daughter asked me, Daddy, do you have a sewing machine like this at your office? And I brought her to my office, and she did a bunch of sketches, and my head pattern cutter made her dresses right there for her. So she loves coming to the office and doing sketches. What we want is a real shot. Not, okay, I'm a celebrity, so that means my line has to cost $10 a t-shirt. No, I understand about quality. I understand about fabrics. I spent 10,000 hours at this. I dedicated my life to this. Then a lot of people say, okay, well, you have to do music. I'm gonna keep doing music, but what if people told me I couldn't rap? What would have happened? What if people told me I couldn't perform? I'm only 36 years old. I have other goals and other things, and I'm going to use my platform, every platform, to stand up and say, I want to make something. I want to make the next Ralph Lauren. They say people don't stand up and protect their dreams. People are too scared of getting, spoofed in a way. And the irony of it is so many people that are creatives. Think about a creative person in school. When you picture them, you probably picture them all the way in the back of class, sketching or maybe getting beat up. And I'm the one creative. And this is the reason why I went on stage. This is the reason why I did this, because creatives have got beat up my entire life. And there's moments where I stood up to drug dealers in Chicago and said, you can't have my publishing, come and kill me. Do whatever you're going to do, but you're not going to bully me. You're not going to stop me, because my mother made me believe in myself. No matter how many people tell me, stop believing in yourself. Stop saying what you can do. Stop affirming what you're going to do and then completing that in real life. That's the improper way to do it. I refuse to follow those rules that society has set up in the way that they control people with low self-esteem, with improper information, with branding, with marketing. I refuse to follow those rules. It's about truth. It's about information. It's about awesomeness. And the only luxury is time, the time you spend with your family. That's the only luxury. So now let's take like where there's, people who have, issues with me, as Kanye West would say. They classify, my motivational speeches as like rants and things like this. Like, why is he saying that? Why is he doing that? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I've reached a point in my life where my Truman Show boat has hit the painting. And I've got to a point that Michael Jackson did not break down. I have reached the glass ceiling as a creative person, as a celebrity. When I say that, it means I want to do product. I am a product person, not just clothing, but water bottle design, architecture, everything, that you could, think about. And I've been at it for 10 years. And I look around, I say, wait a second, there's no one around here in this space that looks like me. And if they are, they're quiet as fuck. So that means, wait a second, now we're seriously like in a civil rights movement. Like people used to joke about, do you remember our South Park photo?
Yeah, I do.
Remember how funny that was? Do you think there would be a Givenchy in the hood if it wasn't for that South Park photo?
Yeah. Are you a workaholic? Are you always working?
No, I actually slept a lot during the project.
While they were recording?
Yeah, I have a team and we work together. I spent a year and a half after I got out the hospital, and I would go to Amoeba record store and I just start chopping up samples. It was very therapeutic because I wasn't full yay. I don't know if I'm full yay now, or better or worse, whatever, but it was therapeutic just to listen to those songs and sample and go back to being 14 years old in my mom's house. And by the time it was time to do to put the albums out, we have a whole team at Yeezy Sound that will help come and do the drums, help with lyrics, help with choruses. And I'd give like 6-7 people ideas that I want on the song, and I just go to sleep. When I had my accident, I found out at that moment, nothing in life is promised except death. If you have the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate their moment until it's past. And then you got to tell those Al Bundy stories. You remember when But right now is my time and my moment, thanks to the fans, thanks to the accident, thanks to God, thanks to Rockefeller, Jay-Z, Dame Dash, G, my mother, Rhyme Fest, everyone that's helped me. And I plan to celebrate. I plan to celebrate and scream and pop champagne every chance I get, because I'm at the Grammys, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. At the Grammys, baby. That piece was basically to put in perspective of someone who, how do I say it? Well, let me say, he said it best. You know, as a black man, we deal with more cancel culture than any. Cancel culture. He says, I love it. I'm above it. To be eccentric means to be inaccessible, unavailable, not your average, you know, eclectic, stand alone, as free in the mind as you are in the body. And this is what, you know, it's kind of been afforded to our quote unquote, you know, folks like him, who's able to stay out on his Wyoming ranch and stay out the way if he wants to, you know, and do the best he can do to stay positive and, you know, project his future and do his future projections, you know. But as he stated, we're taught to focus on history, you know, like our relations, history of our past pains, our lies, you know, the things that people said, and being concerned about what other folks are thinking, you know, public opinion, you know, public opinion is like a court. You're always on trial. You're always being tried. You're always on trial. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be convicted of some shit that you ain't got nothing to do. And there's no statute of limitations on it. You could do something 10 years ago and it's just going to be what it's going to be, you know? Yeah. Belief is always sought to be killed, man, especially for us, through our heroes or the lack of them, you know, keeping us as found, weighed, and wanting all the damn time without any true balance. Yeah. But the other things that go on with us, man, and I guess we're kind of out of control or out of the control of them. You know, when we look at it, it's like, you know, we go from the everyday thing about dealing with our own shit and then dealing with the shit that's been done to us. And this is why I said this brother was sharp, because this piece right here speaks to a lot of, you know, the inside compilations to this.
Food is making us sick.
The main thing that it did is it destroyed my confidence. It like grayed over my eyes.
Not even the bugs and the bacteria get to the food. Nothing eats that. And this is what we buy and put into our bodies.
You have a public role here, which is to warn people. It's not a question just.
What are you warning them of?
Of whatever it is involved in what's in the food. If it's genetically modified.
Yeah, I'd like to know that.
I'd like to know
modified.
Fertilizers were made in the same factories that made explosives and ammunition.
Our foods that we buy off the shelves are filled with poisons and toxins. And Monsanto is by far the world's largest controller of food that reaches our shelves. The genetically modified seeds and the control that Monsanto has taken over the world is potentially devastating for the future ability of humanity to grow our own food.
You know, we were talking last week about some of the stuff that is subsidized in America agriculturally, and it's all the stuff that goes into making the worst kinds of food. It's not beets and broccoli.
So as much as we might have reached a really dangerous situation with Monsanto controlling large quantities of seeds and genetically modified seeds, and they own the rights to those seeds, by the way, as well. So if you accidentally grow their seeds on your farm without a license, you go to jail, or they confiscate your farm.
A Canadian scientist has been caught in an Aaron Brockovich-like moment when he's asked to defend that chemical against links to cancer rates in Argentina. Take a look.
Do not believe that glyphosate in Argentina is causing increases in cancer. You can drink a whole quart of it and it won't hurt you. It's
you want to drink some? We have some here.
I'd be happy to, actually, but not really. But
not really.
I know it wouldn't hurt me.
If you say so, I have some glyphosate.
No, I'm not stupid.
Okay. So you.
No, but I know
so it's dangerous.
I know people try to commit suicide with it and fail fairly regularly.
Tell the truth.
It's not dangerous to humans. No, it's not.
So you're ready to drink one glass of glyphosate?
No, I'm not an idiot.
Food is making us sick. And the reason for this is because we no longer eat healthy food. Because of what's been happening, the rising costs, that people don't grow their food anymore, and the rising costs of production and labor, fast food has become a very quick and easy way for us to get fed. And that is a huge problem for the world, because fast food is not even food. We don't even know what to call it anymore. If you look at some of the examples of some of the major brands where they've taken the hamburgers and food that they create and they leave them exposed for years and years, not even the bugs and the bacteria get to the food. Nothing eats that. And this is what we buy and put into our bodies.
In Europe, only 5% of the food is genetically modified. Here, it's 70%.
We are poisoning ourselves voluntarily because we don't know what's going on. Well, now that you know this, you'll start thinking about this very differently. And this poisoning and attack on humanity goes a lot further. Anything else we didn't agree to as human beings? The fluoride in our water that makes us sick on every possible level, on so many levels, especially our pineal gland. A pineal gland in our brains that is affected by fluoride in the water.
We're all on medication right now. Did you use toothpaste with fluoride today? It blocks your pineal gland. And they put children on it, and we put our kids on it. You know, it's inside the deodorants that we use. It's all these things to create like a disconnect.
Why would they want to make us sick? It's very obvious. Follow the money. Who controls the medicine? The bankers, once again. They would make us sick because medicine is a huge industry. By keeping people sick, you keep selling them medicine that makes them even more sick. Just look at the side effects of the medicine. Take out the leaflet out of the next time you buy some medicine. Read the side effects on it. Just reading it makes you sick.
Yeah, make me fucking sick. Yeah, and you wonder why you're foggy or you're angry. And you know, anger, man, will swell your liver up, kill you quicker than a bullet. Does a lot to you. But I'm just saying this, man, is all this is like in correlation to where we are, how we can be misdirected to believe certain things, and we leave so many other things unaccounted for. And when you have free thinkers who are willing to express the millions of thoughts that they may have, because it's not familiar to us, we condemn it without taking a closer look at it and doing our homework and examining it. You know, a lot of us run around here fighting to become relevant or to stay relevant to folks that could care less while they watch you ascend and wait for your fall for entertainment. Ass backwards. Those that are unhappy because they eating that bullshit food. Anyway, man, I just came on, put a little paint where it ain't, entertain y'all on Monday night. Hey, Wednesday night, I got a huge guest coming on. Tomorrow, I'll be putting it out. Hey, look, if you're familiar with, well, you know, Robin Leach passed away. But then, you know, you had the lifestyle of the super rich and, you know, the pimp my jets and the yachts and all of that kind of stuff. I got one of the guys who was very instrumental in all of that. He's touched some of everybody's things. Actually, he did a plane for Michael before he passed. He did the Google guys. He's done a lot of work. He'll be here Wednesday. Look out for the thing, for the promo. It goes out tomorrow. Yeah, log on, man. The phone lines will be open. You can ask him plenty of questions. A lot of the things that are he's taking, you know, taking commission for. The contracts or the NDAs have sunsetted, so he can discuss those things. If you have questions, yeah, you can call, man. And it'll go up. Look, man, and all you're getting, get you some understanding, man. And I don't know what night it is. Whatever night it is a good night. And yeah. Keep doing you. If you like the show, you know what to do. Smash the subscribe, pluck the like, hit the bell, get your notifications so you know that I'm on. Spread the word, man. Share it. Tell a friend. And you got any show ideas, man, leave it in the comments. Let's do it. Follow me on Instagram. Double tap me. Check out my reels. Yeah, on Facebook too. It ain't always a party here, man. I try to share some things and get some knowledge going. And I'm a free thinker too. Yeah. But I say this to say that. Stay focused. Don't play with other people's inner children. And, you know, deal with the gifts that God gave you and the assignments that he gave you. He's not going to give you an assignment that he's not going to give you the tools and the resources to accomplish. So stay focused. When you reach a wall, stay right there. Apply pressure to the wall. It's going to come down. It's like diamonds. You can't get them without pressure. So get up, get out, and go get something. It's out there for you. Live every day like it's your last, like there is no tomorrow. Have no regrets about anything. It's better to say, I'm sorry, than to regret not doing or trying something. So, on that, good night.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. It's the Romello Marcellus Show. The fly uncle you always wish you had. Bring him out. Here to give you every aspect of game from a real player's perspective. It's the biggest boss from business, entertainment, love, and life. Had to find my inner power. To fashion, etiquette, and current events. Major show alert. All to enhance the happiness already inside you. Today is about the power of you. Check it out. You're now rocking with the best.